And we're back. we're having technical struggles tonight.
Haven't eaten dinner yet.
No, we got all of our food, but we didn't have time to eat it. We went with like easy Taco Wednesday, but then we didn't have time to eat because it took so long to get. So we're excited to hang out with you guys tonight. We have some super big plans. We're going to be doing Walt Disney World March Madness.
What?
So let's go.
I gotta know, when can we do this again?
All right.
So what is Walt Disney World March Madness?
All right. So I have worked in like schools and libraries for a long time. And every March, I would always come up with this like March Madness for nerds, essentially. So we would do the March Madness of books. And I thought it'd be really, really fun to do a March Madness of like the parks and the rides. So let me mirror my screen up here and share with you guys what I put together. And I also put it in the chat. There is a link as well on the video, but that'll just take you to the voting page. But if you use the link in the chat, that'll actually pull you up to our tournament bracket.
What?
So this is what we have put together, and we thought it'd be really fun to talk through what our choices would be.
Mom, wooden.
And vote live with you tonight. And then we want to hear from everybody what your 2 cents are. Like, how would you vote and why? So what I tried to do was I tried to create pairings that were classics versus thrill rides. Which was
a pair of classics.
Yeah.
And a pair of thrill rides.
Harder for some parks than others.
Especially for, we had the hardest trouble with Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
because there's not many classics there, and we didn't include Star Tours.
There's not very classics there.
We finally ended up at Star Tours and Toy Story Mania as okay. Those are classic.
Yeah. All right. Well, first I want to
acknowledge Russ is still.
Russ is still waiting. Hasn't eaten dinner yet either. You've been busy working all day. That's good.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good to have a busy day, but I'm hungry. Hopefully we're not hangry by the end of this because we have yummy tacos and chips and queso waiting as soon as we're done. So, and
obviously Russ's comment says he can hear us. That's a good one.
Yes.
Wally, you're hungry for something else?
Wally, you need more food? You have your leftover cupcake. Do you want some of that?
You want that?
Daddy, go get you a cupcake. Well, before we hop into voting, just kind of share a little bit what's happening in our world. So we yesterday got to enjoy a beautiful day out in the sunshine. We got to go down to Denver and do some adventures. So that was super, super fun. It was really, really nice just to get out and go have some fun and explore and just enjoy the beautiful Colorado sunshine because it feels like spring for sure out here. It's like in the 60s. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'm so excited for rain. So hopefully it's just rain and not snow. But it was really fun. We got to go to the Denver Zoo and they had the carousel open, which is the first ride that we've been on in like over a year. And they were playing all Disney music. So Wally and I got to ride while they were playing like Pirates of the Caribbean, and it just felt close as we could get right now to being in the parks. So, let's see. So Russ says, I opened the link in the chat and it comes up, but the button links aren't working to vote for each one. So the voting link is the same for each. I might have just accidentally like not linked it right. But if you click on any one of the vote links, that'll take you to the form to be able to vote. So
and let us know which one's not working.
Yeah, I can go through and fix it. And it looks like Aileen and Jeremy are on. Hey guys, thanks for hopping on. Russ wants tacos too. I don't blame you. I really literally think we could eat tacos.
We could.
All the time.
And then I was reminded when I was in there, I think you've actually pointed this shirt out to me before, but they have the one shirt that says Body by Queso.
Yes, I knew that shirt. That's 100%. That's 100% me. I'm like, queso is my weakness. I don't know. Like, it's the one thing I just can't quit. I can't quit queso. I can't do it.
We all
And
have our vices, honey.
Aileen did a survey on her Instagram story the other day, like asking where the best place to eat tacos were. And I said Torchy's, and somebody else said Torchy's.
Ooh, someone else.
But they
said
don't have a
Torchy's.
Torchy's there. I think the other person was maybe in Texas because I know Torchy's is really big in Texas.
Yeah,
That's
why we have it.
I just told her, I'm like, you got to come visit us. So we need the world to feel better so we can like fly and visit people and give people hugs and high fives and have people come visit us.
So close.
So Russ can come and visit, and Lena and Jeremy can come visit, and we can eat
So
tacos.
close.
It'd be great. Oh yeah, okay, so it's working now. So I did have it shut off for receiving
Yes.
results until like 7 o'clock. So it just opened up.
That's why we were delayed in starting by 3 seconds.
Oh, they're already voting. Okay,
we
well,
haven't even talked about it yet.
it's okay. You can put in your votes, but then you have to like tell us in the chat. We're gonna talk about it. Aileen says I'm having a spinach artichoke dip and chips
That's
right now.
kind of in the vicinity of tacos.
That's definitely like chips and queso-esque.
Yeah.
I do love
Yeah.
artichoke dip as
Yeah.
well. And yes, you have to try Torchy's. It's just so good. I don't know. They're simple. They're not super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And
And they're like
they-
street tacos.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they use, other than for a short period of time, they use really fresh quality ingredients.
Mhm.
There was a short period of time they didn't, and that
Quickly
quickly
changed. Yeah.
quickly went
Yeah.
downhill in many fashions.
But they're
so
like their brisket. They're like breakfast
their
brisket
breakfast brisket
is
amazing.
so good. But we love like their green chili pork is our favorite. So anyway, we could do a whole show on tacos.
Maybe next time we'll just join and we'll just sit here and eat tacos, and Eileen will throw her phone against the wall or something.
Right. But tonight is about March Madness. So okay, so the link is in the chat. If you scroll all the way up to the top of the chat, you can get to this board, or you could just use the link in the description and it'll take you to the form itself. So you can actually go here and vote, and it'll
They're
take
not
you.
seeing that.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, you guys can't see that. Anyway, you can go to the form. It'll take you part by part.
Yep.
So we're going to start with Magic Kingdom. And like I was explaining before, I tried to pair up classics and thrill rides. And I also wanted them to be like, also be ones that we enjoy, so that it was a little bit harder. And I went back and forth on a lot of them, but I think I got some good pairings. I think I got some like hard pairings. So
I think people will disagree with the initial round, but just like March Madness, some are on the bubble and don't make the cut.
it's true.
The team, the what do they call it? The NCAA or the brand.
We're not sports.
We're not sports people, so I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, the numbers people decide who gets in and who gets out. You know, and
I
so
don't know.
some might have been on the bubble. Put them in the comments if you don't agree with the ones
I used
that
to
made it.
work in college athletics doing
You
ticketing.
still don't understand.
And
it.
so I would have to travel with the teams, which sounds super glamorous because we would take like a chartered jet and like fly to all these different places. But you were there for essentially less than 24 hours. But I used to have to travel when they do the Mountain West tournament out in Las Vegas for the like, I don't know, it was the Mountain West, but like to qualify for the NCAA playoffs.
I mean, so the winner of the Mountain West would go to
Would
the
go,
NCAA
yeah.
tournament, then an automatic berth, and
Right.
then it would help your scoring
Yeah.
if you did very well.
So I'd go for like a week and stay out in Vegas. Well, until we lost. So sometimes
Yes.
like we had no idea how long we would be there. Like we might be there for 2 nights, might be there for 5 nights. But I would do that. And then one year we did qualify into like the second round. I don't even know.
You made it to NCAA tournaments and survived to the second round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I flew to Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah. So that was-
Louisville.
That was actually pretty fun. I
Home
got
of
to go
the
to like,
Slugger.
yeah, and we toured the like,
Because they actually did
Bat
fly you in
Factory.
decently early for that. Usually
Yeah.
it was like just, you got there
yeah.
and went into work immediately.
Yep. And then we went and saw the Kentucky Derby. What's it called? Churchill Downs. So we got to tour that. So that was fun. That was a cool trip, but
Russ's hometown.
I didn't know that, Russ. Maybe I didn't know that, but it was really cool. I really actually loved visiting Louisville, but I just did not care at all about basketball. So I had like these floor passes to like.
She's sitting floor seats
And
like
I just
during the
don't-
Kentucky. No, it was Kentucky and Connecticut playing.
No, I think it was Iowa State.
Well, Iowa State was in the same grouping,
I don't
yes,
know.
but it was you were
I don't even
literally sitting on the
remember.
floor with Kentucky playing some of the best basketball players in the country, and I'm seeing you on the screen. You're sitting there, and I'm
on
like,
TV.
yeah, you're on TV in the
Yeah.
you know, behind the hoop, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
honey, you got to be watching this, and you're on your phone.
I was like, I didn't care at all. So it was a cool experience to get to do, but I'm not a sports person at all. But it was cool to get to go visit and have time to explore Louisville. So
Yeah.
that was really fun. I would go back there. Like I really like
Yeah.
Churchill Downs. That was really cool. I'd love to go for the Kentucky Derby someday, but then I also wouldn't love to go because I'm sure it's like crazy and like you probably can't even get halfway decent seats to see it. See, Eileen agrees. Sports is boring.
We just lost half our subscribers.
Especially
now.
basketball though. Like
Basketball
it's
is
so
terrible.
boring to
I
watch.
like college basketball just because, you know, the kids playing.
I
but
know. I feel like any
beyond
sport
that-
where you can score, like literally one team can score over 100 points is just too much back and forth. It's too much. It's too much.
I know. I keep trying to correct her. I've said it 3 times the right way. It's Louisville.
Louisville.
I've said it 3 times, and she keeps
Okay.
saying
Sorry.
Louisville,
Louisville.
and she hasn't heard me say it. So thank you for. I didn't want to do that live, and
That's okay. Russ calls us out. He calls us to the curb. And Russ is super multitasking tonight too. He's voting and filming a stop motion and listening and chatting and balancing ball in his head.
insane, man.
been a busy day. So
All right, back to
All
the
right,
board.
so let's start
Magic
voting.
Kingdom.
So Magic Kingdom. So the first one I vetted for classic attractions was Haunted Mansion and Pirates because I feel like those are just super classic.
Small World
and
didn't make the cut.
yeah, I
They
mean,
were on the bubble.
I love Small World, but I feel like a lot of people would never like pick that. I love the artistry of
Yeah.
Small World. I love the fact that it like totally creeps me out. Like all the animatronics creep me out. But I don't think it would like be a hard competition against something else. But Haunted Mansion and Pirates, like that's hard. So I don't know. What do you think?
You want me to vote?
Yeah.
Like what I'd go for?
Yeah, what are you voting for? We'll
nothing
vote right
can
now.
nothing can beat Haunted Mansion, the Omni Mover,
Mm,
track. I mean, just they did it, and plus the show aspect to it. I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean is just a bunch of scenes.
yeah.
There's not really a lot of showiness to it, and I have to exclude myself from the Disneyland version because there is showiness in the Disneyland version, but not as much in the Magic Kingdom. Whereas the Haunted Mansion, I mean, you do
Yeah.
have a lot of trickery, a lot of visual,
True.
which
Like the what's the effect when you go through
Pepper's-
Pepper's Ghost?
Pepper's Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is really fun. I'm sure you guys know this, but like if you put your cell phone on and hold it up under your chin, when you go through the ballroom scene, you become a ghost in the ballroom, which is super fun. You're like a floating head in the ballroom. I think Haunted Mansion for me too. Like I have so much Haunted Mansion merchandise. I love the colors. I love the characters. I think I love the Disneyland version more because I love the Hatbox Ghost. Like Hatbox
Mhm.
Ghost is my favorite. I love the song too. Like that's just you can't
you
beat
can't beat.
Grim Grinning Ghosts.
No.
Like it's just
I didn't even think of the song.
I mean, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean song too, but I think Grim Grinning Ghosts, I love it even more.
Yeah.
And like all of our Halloween stuff we do and it kind of crosses like especially in Disneyland crosses over to Christmas.
Story flows better.
Okay, so I have to ask, have you heard the like TikTok conspiracy that when you leave, and maybe that's not like a conspiracy, maybe it's true, I don't know. But when you leave the attic scene, it's because Constance like pushes you out the window, and that's why your doom buggy like turns backwards because you're falling to your death.
Mom,
and then you
that
get to
what-
the graveyard and the
Mom,
ghosts
what-
are
that-
celebrating you,
that-
joining them. Is that true? Am I just like way behind the time that I didn't know that? Because it makes sense.
Dad,
It does make
Dad,
sense.
Dad.
Yes, Russ says story. Did you highlight that? The story flows better in Haunted
Yes,
Mansion.
I did. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
So is that in reply to the like TikTok theory?
No, it wasn't. No. That was not
What?
a reply to it.
What was that?
That was an earlier comment.
No.
on
The Eileen. Whoa, I didn't know that.
The face thing.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
the face
and
thing.
then this one is I never.
Okay.
or
I had heard that before.
So
Okay.
yes, you're not the
That
only-
was like mind-boggling to me because I'm like, that makes total sense, but I never thought about it. And I kind of always wondered why like you lay back when you leave the attic.
I mean, I assumed it was a convenient thing of like not like hitting your gut against the holding
Well,
bar.
and I guess if you look up, you can see the window of the attic.
Gonna have to
too.
look at that.
So I don't know. Is it true?
I always
or
get
not
distracted by the
true?
crow.
The crow, yeah.
Ah, ah.
It's an interesting theory. It's such a dark ride though, like even just
Yeah.
the opening.
yeah.
Like it is really, really dark, but I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
It's like it's spooky, not scary.
Exactly.
I think that's why I like it.
Yep.
It's
That's
like
certainly why
just
you like it.
enough of a thrill. Okay, so I think we agree Haunted Mansion on that one.
Google moderating team.
Oh.
You used the word black, didn't you?
Well, yeah, who knows? If you use the color black, if you do, I don't know.
I'm sure they've expanded the words now that it just
Yeah.
80
Explaining the scene and it didn't like my wording. Yes. All right, so Haunted Mansion for me and you, I think both is the winner on that one. Okay, Thrill Ride. Big Thunder, Space Mountain.
Hey Wally.
Hey Wally. He's like totally absorbed over here. He's
Wally.
watching Steven share. Big
Hey-
Thunder or Space Mountain?
Oh, Pig Mountain.
Space Mountain?
You like Space Mountain more than Big Thunder?
No, I want Pig. No, I want Big Wonder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain. You want to come over here and tell him?
I like Big Wonder Mountain more than.
He's like mowing down his dinner. He's like totally like
Okay. Sorry if I don't get all the crumbs off.
in the zone. Come on, come tell him.
No. I like Big Wonder Mountain more.
Big Thunder
than-
Mountain more than Space Mountain.
Yeah,
That's the winner. Why do you like Big Thunder Mountain?
because it told one up and down, up and down.
It's
up
so
and
fun,
down.
up and down, up and down. It'll be interesting to see when he goes back this time, being like a year older.
Yep.
If Big Thunder still takes the cake.
And with Kilimanjaro now
And
in
then
the
what?
in the deck
See
of
the
cards
egg.
available.
Not Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest.
or Mount
Yeah.
Expedition Everest.
Expedition
Thank you.
Everest.
Kilimanjaro's already been in the
Yeah.
cards.
I'm very interested to see if he's swayed at all on this trip. I'm like, as a mom, I'm a little worried that he's gonna like freak out on Everest because it's gonna be too intense.
Nah. We won't sit in
But I don't know.
the back we
I
don't want
don't
to sit in, or is it the front?
It's the back.
We'll sit right in the middle.
I think it's the back.
Ooh. Do we, yeah, your phone's right there.
I do.
Good call, Russ. Thanks. I think mine's over here far enough
Okay.
away.
I'll put it over here. Okay. Let us know if that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eileen is Team
Team
Space
Space
Mountain.
Mountain.
Is that both you and Jeremy, Eileen? Space Mountain? I think I'm Big Thunder. For sure.
I like Big Thunder. I like outdoor.
I like the opening when it's like the wildest ride in the wilderness. And that's the voice of Ernest
Hey,
at the beginning.
No,
No, we like Big Thunder.
Yeah, Big Thunder
Yeah.
is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Wally says he does this because he can't do thumbs up. So he does this. Yeah, I think Big Thunder for me. What do you think? You going Big
I'm
Thunder?
Big Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
I'm really surprised by that.
Again, I have to separate myself from Disneyland.
Oh,
Space
that's
Mountain.
true. That's
and
true.
when I see what you can do with Space Mountain
That's
and
true.
Disneyland, it just kind of leaves me wanting more. I mean, to get to the top of the hill and have
both
Admiral Akbar scream, "It's a trap!" I
Yeah.
mean, that's
and both Space Mountain and Big Thunder are better in Disneyland.
yes, that is true.
So if I had to pick one in
Probably just
Disney
lost 10 more
World,
subs for that.
I definitely would go Big Thunder. The only thing I hate about Big Thunder is how far away it is. Like, it's such a hike to get all the way over there, and it's like the only thing over there besides Splash Mountain. Yes, it's
Yep,
Jim
Jim
Varney.
Varney, yep.
That's his voice on Big Thunder, which is really cool. I didn't know that either. Somebody told me that the last time we were there, and I was like, "What? That is so cool!" So I think it'd be kind of cool if Justin Scard got to do it,
That would be cool.
but I don't know.
They need to update that.
um.
All right, so I
Okay.
think we've wrapped up
So yeah,
Magic Kingdom.
I feel pretty confident in those choices. Okay, so the next round is Epcot, and pairing up these classic attractions, I had to go Spaceship Earth and Figment. And I know the argument against Figment being a classic attraction is because it's not the original Figment. And I never got to do the original Figment that I remember. I mean, maybe when I went, but I don't remember ever doing Figment. We did it before Wally was born, but not very much. But now it's like endeared itself in my heart because of Wally. And Figment was Wally's very first ride ever. It was his very first Disney ride ever. Epcot was his first park, and Figment was his first ride. And he was 4 months old.
Yeah.
Which maybe was a little scary to
That
take him
last
on
scene.
when it like the air blows in your face. He was like, "What are my parents doing to me? I do not know what's happening right now." So maybe that wasn't the best ride to take a 4-month-old on, but I don't know. It's endeared itself to me.
Yeah. I got to go Spaceship Earth though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. I mean, I guess like Figment has endeared itself to me because of Wally, but Spaceship Earth is like very much Epcot.
Again, same problem with Epcot, kind of. I mean, we arrived at these classics much faster
Yeah.
than Hollywood
Well,
Studios.
I feel like when you look at Epcot,
there's not much classic.
that is the
left.
classic attractions, isn't it? Like, definitely Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
And then I think it would have to be Figment. Like, I don't know that there really is another like classic Epcot attraction. Maybe Living with the Land.
And that would have been on the bubble anyways. I think we did talk about
Yeah.
Living with the Land.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna pick Living with the Land.
So Spaceship Earth for me.
Yep, it looks like we got the Spaceship Earth Club going on. So, Spaceship Earth is such a classic.
I mean, I particularly like it
Absolutely.
because it features Steve Jobs.
Well,
The
yeah,
garage
like
scene,
supposedly. Like,
it
it's not
actually
officially him,
features
but
Steve Jobs.
Russ says, "I'll always love Spaceship Earth over Figment. The original ride was awesome, but even then, Spaceship Earth."
There we
would win."
go. So,
Yeah, I think the only reason Figment wins for me is because of Wally.
Yeah.
Like, because it's the special memory that I have with him that was his very first ride. And I love like the imagination.
yes,
Piece.
you do like that. That's why you would
And
like
the
to go back to
song-
the longer.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we have one vote.
Oh, Living with the Land would beat Figment for me. Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
People have very
One
strong
vote for
strong
Living with the
feelings
Land.
for Figment though. Okay, so we'll have to
Well,
we'll go through and vote again. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
do your voting. So
We'll
I'm gonna
do
put in
mine?
Spaceship
Okay.
Earth for you.
All right, and the thrill rides.
Thrill rides. And this I feel like was pretty easy. Like Soarin' and
There's
Test
not
Track.
much there right now.
I mean,
for that
until they
either.
get Guardians open. I mean, I guess Mission Space could go into the
Yeah.
thrill ride
well,
category.
and yeah, it could. Yeah,
But I think
It's giving
Soarin'
people heart attacks. So
and Test
There's
Track are
that.
definitely like the classic
no, the
thrill rides. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go Soarin' because Test Track always breaks down. You can't ride it in the rain.
You can't ride it in
Unless
the mist.
you
What are
ride it in the
talking about?
first 2 hours of park opening, it's going to have mechanical issues or go down due to weather. I don't like the revamp that they did to it. Although I don't like the revamp that they did to Soarin' either. I miss the original Soarin', but my caveat to that is Soarin' around the world 100% makes more sense in Epcot. I just wish they would have left the original Soarin' in Disney's California Adventure because it was soaring over California.
Which
That
made
should be
sense
in
there.
California, and Over the World should be in Epcot. So with that caveat, I think Soarin' takes it for me.
It's a decision for me between a obliterated test track, dumbed down,
Hmm.
and now a soaring around the world where we've got structures that are at a
Lean.
leaning tower of
Yes.
Eiffel.
I do like the engineering and mechanics
And that's why
behind Soarin'.
Soarin's going to get my
Yeah.
vote because of the engineering.
Yeah.
And I will ride that ride and just watch the infrastructure
Mm,
more than I actually will watch the video.
Yeah.
Because I love the engineering aspect of
it's
it.
just really cool. It's a fun sensation. I like that it's like pretty accessible too. Like Wally was able to ride it when we went in
Yeah.
January as a 3-year-old. So it's one that like kids can ride pretty early on. Yes, I will tell you how I really feel. And I'm telling you, like the original Soarin' should be in DCA.
It should be.
Why is the park called California Adventure? And it has like nothing California anymore.
We've pretty much stripped all of California out of it.
I'm just saying.
Next thing will be the name.
And they need to change the name of that park. And yes, like Eileen said, I picked Test Track because we never get to ride it. Yes, we never get to ride
But you
Test Track
pick
either.
Test Track.
I know.
Why
But
would
why,
you
like-
pick it if you never get to ride it?
Because it's like a novelty. Like showing
It's
us
this
to ride.
thing.
Yeah.
It's out there.
But every time,
it's the
every
dollar.
time.
It's the
every time we try and ride Test Track,
progressive
it's
dollar.
down.
Got $1 for you.
But yeah, I agree that the Cars Land version, Radiator Springs Racer, which
Oh.
is essentially Test Track in California, is way better.
Oh, it's so cool.
That's
Phenomenal.
like such a good ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I do wonder if they will convert Test Track. Like now that they're getting all of the intellectual property into
Probably as soon as
Epcot.
the GM sponsors, I mean, if that even goes away, I mean, GM just announced
Yeah.
they're going 100% electric.
Yeah.
So, talk about Test Track version 3.0 with electric.
I don't know. I think they should convert
That
it.
one,
to a
that
Cars
boat
ride.
one.
I would
No,
love to
Maybe
have
it would
that.
be, maybe it'll be a Cars ride where the cars all go electric.
that
Maybe.
one.
Except for
But,
Sarge. Sarge is never going
when
electric.
the Diamond boat wanna tell how to talk tinky.
What?
He's watching a haunted boat that's sinking. It's Steven Shearer.
I
Don't worry
love
about it.
Steven Scherer. The Sheragini. Wally, are you excited to ride Test Track when we go?
Can you ride? You want to ride Test Track in the cars?
Ride Test Track?
Do you want to come and talk to us now?
No.
No. He's like very into the iPad and his cupcake tonight. I don't blame him. Test Track with Tesla.
Well, then Tesla would need to sponsor it. GM
Ah,
sponsors it
yeah.
right now. I don't think GM's gonna
No.
let Teslas fly. I don't know when that sponsorship ends. I'm sure we can.
Russ is like, California Adventures in California is that not, not California View? Well, why do you have a park named California Adventure that like is not California? I mean, they have Carthay Circle and they have the trolley car, but like it's not
I've never heard it described this way before, but that is exactly right.
a
Like people
eater. Oh,
in the standby line,
well, that's true.
people in that standby line will wait. I mean,
we
even-
did. Remember, you had a flight home.
I don't,
We took a nap in the queue.
we did
Well, it rained for 2 hours. And then we eventually just bailed
because I had to get on a plane.
But we didn't have any rain gear, and you were like heading to the airport to get on a plane. So
Yeah.
we're like, well, we might as well just stay here. You're gonna be soaking wet. And then we never got to ride. We had to like walk
I
out.
Still end up being soaking wet.
I know.
All right. So which are we voting
It's a
for?
valid
Soren?
point. I'm voting Soren.
Yeah.
You voting Soren?
Yeah.
Okay. Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. Easy to hit the classics because
Yeah.
they haven't mucked that place up too much.
Yeah, not really. I mean, the
No.
only thing they've really taken out is Primeval Whirl.
Yeah.
And then
Dinosaur. They
Dinosaur,
they made more
technically, like,
kid-friendly.
yeah, they've changed that one.
It's
But
count-
other than that,
made,
like,
gone down to extinction.
Yeah.
Really.
other than that, the park is pretty
Scared
much
of a lot of
like still
kiddos.
intact from opening. I guess the like bird show was converted to up. Was that or was that new?
Never.
I don't. I think
That
that was
was
like a new.
Not an attraction. It's a show.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So classics, obviously Kilimanjaro Safaris. Like that's It's kind of like the token ride of Animal Kingdom.
It's the one that always comes to head when I try to think of
Right.
the name of an Animal Kingdom ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, until you correct me, everything's Kilimanjaro.
And then Dinosaur. I don't know. I guess I'd probably go Safari
Yeah.
on this one, but I'm really excited to ride Dinosaur with Wally. And the super interesting thing I think about Dinosaur is that Dinosaur and the Indiana Jones ride have the same track, but the ride height is higher for Indiana Jones than it is for Dinosaur,
Which is baffling.
because I think it jostles you more.
Yeah.
Like that ride for sure jostles you
Yeah,
more.
you always, when you exit it, you're like, oh, my back hurts so much.
Well, I tried to film on it once, and I was like trying to hold the camera so stable that I wasn't like moving my neck, and I like had such bad pain. But
So here we have a love
love for Dinosaur.
and then I like this
The
one too.
animatronics are so good. That's the wrong Jungle Bride. You gotta go to the other kingdom. They're real, Russ. They're real animals. It's true. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd probably go Safari, but I feel like the Safari is only really good if you do it like first thing in the morning, or if you do like the twilight.
The Twilight ride.
And it has to be like,
not dark.
yeah, like
Twilight.
it can't be the end of
Twilight.
dusk twilight. It
Yeah.
has to be like right when twilight's starting, so that you get like the whole sequence of like the sun starting to set and the animals coming
Yeah,
out.
the sun it can be civil twilight. The sun has not set
Yes.
yet.
Yeah.
But
But
the sun
not-
is starting
yeah.
to set.
Because we made that mistake where we like
We
got
waited till
in
the sun set.
line like at twilight, and by the time we got on, it was
We were in civil twilight. You just have a little bit of sun spray
Yeah.
and that's it.
I always feel like I've been in a washing machine after riding Dinosaur. That is a good that's a good what do you call that?
Description.
No. Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a metaphor? I think that's a
Yeah.
metaphor. I'm really tired today.
We haven't had dinner yet.
I know, I'm hungry.
How's dinner
I keep
going?
thinking about tacos.
All right, so Kilimanjaro it is.
But I have on Dinosaur, I should see if I can find that picture.
Okay. I'm
Um
going off the rails. Do you want me to go on here and find it?
well, if I can find it.
Okay.
It's such a good one. If you ride Dinosaur, I think I sent this to Kelly a while ago. If you ride Dinosaur, you have to do this picture on it. Let's see, it would have been our April 20. It was when we stayed at the Poly. I think it's this one. Right? Is this when we went with Marcus? Was that 2018 or 19?
19.
Is that 19?
Right?
My goodness, I don't know. Time has no meaning anymore. Like literally. Okay, I'm gonna find it because
Oh
it's
boy.
hysterical. I just gotta find our Animal Kingdom Day. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Talk about something exciting, Mark.
Before we went too far.
I know, now we're in the Cape.
I will talk about my
Talk
next
about
one.
when you rode Countdown to Extinction.
Well, yeah, so a dinosaur used to be countdown to extinction. And it was a much scarier ride. I mean, more darkness, more flashes. And
Scarier dinosaur or same dinosaur, but just more aggressively used?
more aggressively used.
Hmm.
Same dinosaur though. They haven't changed him. They just left. They leave him now kind of tucked back. But he used to come out at you. And they really played up their "you're gonna die" message in Countdown.
Like
to
you're not gonna make it?
Yeah,
No,
yes.
literally, you're not
You're
gonna,
gonna
make it.
die. No, they didn't actually say that, but they played that message up more
It
than
was a much more anxiously filled
yes,
experience.
Yes, and I'm sure just freaked kids out to
Here it
no
is.
end. There you go.
Okay. Let me throw this out here. It's so funny.
What are you doing? You're
Oh,
gonna.
I guess I'll just do this. That'll work. Okay,
Yeah.
here. Let me. I'm so confused. Okay, let me share this. Okay, if you ride Dinosaur, you have to sit in the back row, and you have to like
Lean out a little bit.
you have to be on the like far outside of the back row. So like where you no, the far inside
You have to be the last person to board.
when you board. Yeah. And
Right.
then you like when the asteroid comes through, you can get this picture, and you have to like lean out just a little bit, but it's so funny. I think it's hilarious.
Looks like you're getting hit by the asteroid.
Somebody had posted on Instagram, and I was like, we have to do that. So my nephew was totally game.
It was totally
But
different.
like the whole ride, I was like, I think it's this part. No, it's this part. When did they take the picture? I can't remember. So we pretty much sat there the whole ride, like, I was just waiting for it to happen because I couldn't remember where the stupid picture happened. But it was really funny. So you have to do that picture if you ride Dinosaur. And like, if you're a family of 4, right?
Yeah.
Is it 4 across?
4 across.
Not a problem. We were like, excuse me, would you mind switching spots with us online? Like, oh, you can go ahead. We were being so annoying. But I had to get that picture. And Amanda just hopped on. Thanks for hopping in. Tomorrow night, Amanda and I'll be hanging out. We're going to be doing our very first Mama Mouse Club live stream.
5 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, so earlier for you.
You don't have to stay up.
Yes. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Yes, and the guy next to us.
Well,
like,
especially I'm assuming when
related.
he got the picture, he was like, what the heck? Those guys were weird. And I got put next to them.
It's like totally confused. Like, what are they doing?
And kudos. I mean, that was an awesome picture because the family, you got to go back to the family in front of you. They all have matching shirts. So they also got that picture because they're on a family trip.
Their kid was totally freaked out the
Yeah,
whole
their
time
kid-
too. He was like crying the whole time.
Yeah, they got that picture too. And they're like, what's going on in the back row? I mean, this has been loved all around. It has to have been.
I love it. I think it's so funny. So please, everybody, try and take that picture and share it with us. Like, take that picture, post it, and tag us.
So is that going to be where you're going
because-
to pick Dinosaur?
I don't know. I think it's kind of fun.
Any ride you can do something fun with.
It's true. Because I'm terrible at trying to do the ones on roller coasters because I'm like scared for my life. And then I'm like, quick, do something entertaining. Ah!
My nephew and I had a round of
Rock, paper,
scissors going.
Rock and roller coaster.
On all of them. We did them all. We did it on Expedition Everest.
Oh, yeah. You did
That was
do
the
one,
winner.
Yeah.
He won on that one.
Yeah, and then
'Cause-
my stupid nephew like tried to flash gang signs on rides, and then I had to give him a huge lecture about how like you just ruined some whole family's vacation picture, and but he was a teenager.
Is he on
so-
here tonight?
I don't think he's on here, but
Marcus, you on? We're
Right?
railing on you right now, buddy.
and it wasn't like a full blown gang sign. I think he like did
I think he
something
did the-
that
like
could
the
like the
okay
okay
sign
or
or
something. I don't
something.
know.
I don't
He
know.
was full blown teenager at the
Yeah.
time, so I had to have a big talk with him about how we don't do that
Yeah.
on rides because then it ruins the picture for everybody else on the ride.
Yep.
So it was a good lesson in empathy.
Yes.
Yes.
We like to teach
But-
empathy. All right, so you're picking
Yes.
Dinosaur?
Ah,
Because I want to talk about thrill
I guess so.
rides.
Yeah, because I also like that you go through the toaster at the beginning. Like you feel like you're in like a toaster oven. And then I do love the like, that's not our dino and the iguanodon and we're not gonna make it. And then it has is it Bill Nye that's in that
No, Bill.
one? No. Yes, it's his voice at the beginning is Bill Nye when you're waiting in the queue.
Oh, when you're waiting in the queue.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Bill Nye's
yeah.
in the queue. Yep.
so
And always remember in the queue. No, it's not the queue. It's before the queue. You have the
yeah,
the
Sue.
Dinosaur Sue.
Yeah.
Which
we just went and
stay
saw.
tuned. We just saw one of the
Yeah,
other
the museum.
mock-ups of Dinosaur.
So I
Sue.
think I'm gonna go Dinosaur because I feel like it just has so many like catchphrases and iconic things about it.
Yeah.
Plus, dinosaurs are cool.
we should frame that for our nephew and give
I
it to
know.
him.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I was like, it's one of my favorite ride photos we've ever taken. Okay, so
All right.
we're what are
Flight
you?
of
You're
passage.
going, but you're going Kilimanjaro. You're gonna go Dinosaur.
I'm going Kilimanjaro
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
for reasons as we
Okay.
talked about. We need to keep rolling.
Okay. All right. Yes. Mark's hungry, and we only have
Yes.
20 minutes left. All right. The Animal Kingdom thrill rides. So Flight of Passage versus Expedition Everest. So I feel like Expedition Everest for sure.
Wait, I gotta ask a question here. Russ just posed something. The museum looks sad,
oh
like
no.
the dinosaur museum, and by remove stuff, did they sell it off for cash,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
or did they remove stuff for COVID? reasons?
Maybe the dinosaur Sue that we just saw at the Denver Museum was actually
Disney
from-
sold that off for a little bit. We're gonna need some cash quick, guys. We're gonna send it to the Denver Museum.
Hmm.
Let me know, Russ.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to do that with Wally when we go down. I think he's gonna really like
I think
it.
he's gonna love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna kind of freak
It's gonna
out a
freak
little
him out though.
Yeah.
It's totally gonna be freaking. He's gonna be crying like a
Well,
baby.
I have a fear of animatronics and dinosaurs, so that ride's like a double whammy of animatronic dinosaurs.
You
so
barely
it,
made
like,
it through Ellen's energy adventure. You were clinging to me.
Yeah.
And then, because we were the third to last riders of that ride, and they stop us and we had to walk off. Or am I just dreaming this?
I don't remember. I think it did stop.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sometimes Disney memories blur together.
Well, here we go. We got the answer.
The displays are falling apart, and rather than replace or fix them, they're just pulling them out.
Selling them for cash.
I feel like dinosaurs' days are probably a little numbered.
Yeah.
I
What?
could see them going out. The problem too is like Disney has attempted to make a dinosaur movie twice, and it
Yeah.
has flopped both times. Like the dinosaur movie was horrible. I've never even seen it all the way through. And then Good Dinosaur was just not. It wasn't good. I didn't
Tell
like
us
it.
how you really feel.
It wasn't a good movie. It was lame and it was weird. I don't know. I didn't like it. I miss the Ellen Dinosaur ride because it was just so like cliche and like very 90s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very 90s.
80s, 90s, but
And then, yeah, time for a retheme. But
yeah.
probably not going to happen until they get Epcot put back together.
I know. I do think they will retheme Dinoland.
The fact that they didn't want to put any money into
I'm
the
like
spinny ride.
the Primeval Whirl. I'm
Yeah.
like that ride was another one of those rides that if you got to ride it, you should go buy a lotto ticket because it was always broken down, always. So, yeah. And Aileen says the best ride to take a nap on was Ellen's Energy Adventure for
Yeah.
sure. Air conditioned, so long,
Air
slow.
conditioned.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Thrill rides.
Flight of Passage or Expedition
Everest.
Everest.
Oh, that's
This
a
one's
hard
tough.
one.
This one is so tough.
I think I'm gonna
So
go
tough.
Everest. And the reason why is because I'm not a big thrill ride person. Like it takes a lot
You hate
to like
thrill
get me
rides.
up to the point that I can do it. Like I have to really like work my way up to that point in the day to do it. But then when I do it, it's like such a release and it's so fun. And Everest is just like it's such a good coaster. It's so smooth. I love the theming. And it's like the perfect thrill, I think. Like it really gets you going, but it's not so intense that you feel like you're going to die. Which for me doesn't take a lot. But yes, they need to fix the Yeti for sure. Yes, Russ says fix the Yeti. Yes, yes. But it is fun to yell disco Yeti when you're going down the hill. So yeah, it's just like it's the perfect thrill. Like it always takes me a lot to get up to it. And then when I am on it and I do it, like the drop is like the perfect amount. It's like just enough that you're like, oh, I don't think I can take anymore, and then it's done. Like,
well, and the chuck to the top keeps you distracted.
well, and just like the whole storyline of it, like that you go up and the track's broken and the view that you have and the weird hair tie thing, which I've never understood why people throw hair ties up there.
Cheerleaders.
And then it probably is a cheerleader.
It is, yeah.
Never thought about it.
It's a good
And then
marketing.
going backwards.
Some cheer mom told us that one time
Yeah.
somewhere.
I'm really excited for Wally to do that one.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose his mind.
Yeah. What I love about Expedition Everest is that it is a coaster you can ride in the front, in the middle, in the back, and have a completely different ride experience.
Yeah.
Versus, normally if I want a certain coaster ride experience, I'm riding in the back. I want that jerk that as the whole car goes over, you really feel it. Or if I want to hang there, I'm riding in the front. That's not the case with this coaster because it operates just a little differently.
Yeah. And Russ is going Flight of Passage. He says it's his favorite ride on property. He loves Everest too, but Flight of Passage is the best. And it is a really good ride. But yes, I think that's my gripe with it is that it requires a longer wait. But for me, it's the fact that it's and I know it's different now with COVID, but it's either like a really long wait or fight to get a fast pass. And by fight for us, like get up at 5 a.m., try and get on there. And I know that's different now because they don't have fast passes and all that, but for me, a big value add of doing Flight of Passage is getting to do the standby queue and actually getting to see the floating avatar. Like, I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
But
you don't get to see that.
We've only done that like 2 times.
Yeah.
Because we've not wanted to stand in the standby. We've just gotten our fast pass and like ridden it one time. I think we've been really, really lucky with Flight of Passage because when we rode it for the very first time, we went down for our very first Disney Vacation Club Moonlight Magic party. And it, like, we walked on it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, no wait, just walk on. And then that same trip was when Hurricane Irma came through and we went to Animal Kingdom the day
before.
Yep. Yes, because I remember looking at the mountain and being like,
we'll see.
Really
if
hope
there.
those floating mountains
We'll
survive.
there after this.
But, and again, it was like we went at Park Open and it had a 15-minute wait.
Yeah.
And the cast members were like,
We've never
seen this before. So I think the fact
they were
that
scared,
we
actually.
like,
You could see the scared
Right.
face on
I
them,
think
like,
the fact that we got to ride Flight of Passage 4 times on our very first experience with Flight of Passage,
Yeah.
like I feel like we did it and it was super great and we loved it and we love the mechanics of that ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's another ride I'm watching the mechanics
And I
more
do
so.
love the smell, the like Pandora
Smell-o-vision.
smell. I have the oil for it. It's like called Banshee or something, but it doesn't. It smells like soap. The oil.
He's pushing hard for this because Satuli Canteen. I mean,
It's true. Well,
Flight
okay.
of
So I will
Passage,
say,
then Satuli.
and this is what we have planned for our Animal Kingdom day that we're gonna do when we come in July. I want to get
you
up.
mean the urination preventers?
What?
They put bathrooms mid queue, or whoops, bathrooms mid queue because people were relieving themselves in a 4-hour line.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna do Pandora. Like, I think Pandora is so much better at night. Like, I do think you have to go during the day because like being able to really see the mountains during the day is really cool. But for me, it's Pandora at night. Like, I want to go eat at Satuli, which Satuli hands down is my favorite place to eat in Animal Kingdom. And I do get the blue cheesecake and just not eat the crust on the bottom. And then it's gluten-free and I've never had issues with it. So got to do Satuli and ride Flight of Passage. Navi River Journey is really cool, but it's too short. Like, I wish they would have made it longer. But
yeah,
yes.
and we never wait in line for it. Like, unless it's a tiny ride. Question. I don't know. Willie?
I don't think so. I have to look. We have a measuring stick that has all the ride heights on it, and that one I don't have on there. I think he's gonna be right on the cusp. So he's at Everest height right now. So he's good to ride Everest without shoes on. He is tall enough for Everest.
44 inches.
And what's Everest? I think Everest is 42. I think that's what he is. He's gonna be like, if he grows 2 inches between now and July, which is highly likely.
44.
It's 44. Okay.
So he's on.
So he is tall enough. There's one ride that is 46.
The one that goes on up, or that's 48. Rock and Roller Coaster.
No, it's not 48. There's a 46 height. I know, because I'm like, we'll see if he's tall enough. Maybe it's Space Mountain, because in Disney World it's single.
Mm.
He was tall enough to do Space Mountain in land because it's side by
Another hit
side.
against Space Mountain.
So we'll see.
Sorry, Eileen.
So
what do we?
yeah,
let's
so I
see.
guess yes, he's tall enough to do Flight of Passage. So that'll be exciting. I think he'll really like that.
Yeah.
I think he'll be like very good. The magic of it is really amazing.
My stomach is growling now, Russ. You are.
It literally is.
It is literally. If you're hearing noise through the speaker, it's probably my stomach.
The question is though, Satuli, is it beef or chicken? Or I guess they have shrimp. I've never had the shrimp there, but both the beef and I have to do the combo bowl because I love the like thin shredded beef. and the chicken. But I guess all of y'all can have gluten, so you can have the amazing cheeseburger pods, which always look and sound so good. But
Yeah, sometime we'll do it.
sadly, we can't. Well, Wally can have them.
And we can like watch him eat them and be like,
Yeah.
we hate you. I mean, what's the whole
Well, we can live vicariously through him.
take a bite?
Oh, and then you got to go to Pongo Pongo and get the night blossom. I love the night blossom so much. No, I don't like it with the rum. I think
We
it's
don't like
gross
it.
because it's all like on the top and it just
Yeah, that's
alters the flavor. I like it just straight up. It's so good. I love it.
All right, so if we're
Okay.
talking about thrill rides, not
Okay,
food.
I'm sorry. It's easy to get distracted about food. Maybe we need to do a food bracket. Okay, so I think we were both going Everest. Or have you been swayed by Russ's constant perseverance?
I don't want to lose Russ as a friend.
Whoa! What did the dying house?
Oh gosh, we
Look
knew
at
this
the
one was gonna be
opening of
hard.
my
It is
house.
hard. It is hard.
What in
I'm
my
doing
house?
Expedition Everest. I love roller coasters.
Aileen, you haven't tried a night
What?
blossom?
A night. Okay, Pongo Pongo is right there.
It's like,
between
yeah, right
where
when you get
exit
off Flight of
and the-
Passage.
and Satuli.
hmm It's
like
just like a little like hut,
hut.
but it's is it? It's I think it's green apple and like dragon fruit or pomegranate.
Dragon fruit.
I can't remember, but it's delicious. It's like bright green and bright purple slushy with mango bobo balls, and it's so good, so good. Yeah. And John Claire is on.
All
Hello,
right.
thanks
more,
for joining us.
More opinions in the fray
Yes,
here. We've
yes.
now we've started a fight in chat. I assume.
I cannot believe you guys have not had a night blossom.
What?
I cannot. I've never paid for the like premium version of it where you get the light up cube, and I might have to because it's like my favorite. It literally, I think,
It's a
is
stupid
my
Disney glow
favorite.
cube, though, isn't it?
yeah. But how many stupid Disney glow cubes
We have a ton downstairs.
We love our
I will
stupid
bring
Disney glow
one with
cubes.
next time we're done.
We actually love to put them in the tub with Wally and let him have a party tub.
party tub.
We like turn the lights off, put all the like little drink cubes in there, and he gets to have a party tub. And
The
it's,
vote
like, the
is for
best.
Expedition Everest.
I don't know. I think. Are you sure that Russ can't sway you? Are you sure?
It's gonna be there for a long time.
It's true. Everest
It's gonna be there.
may.
And what sways it for me is the fact that when you have fast pass, you can't experience the whole queue. You can't
I
even
think that's
experience
my biggest
the
like.
good part of the queue.
That's my biggest downside with Flight of Passage is
Yeah.
just that the wait is too long to be able to enjoy
even the
full
single rider line at
experience.
Expedition Everest. You get some semblance of
Yeah.
the queue.
Well, and
It's
like
a smidgen.
yeah.
It's
the
a tiny
cute,
bit.
like I don't know. I feel like, and then I also hate the pre-show on Flight of Passage. I love the ride, but I hate
The
that
first
I.
room.
Yes, like it just takes so freaking
Where they're
long
blowing air at
when
you.
they blow air on
Do
you.
they still do that in COVID? Because
But it's not even that.
That might-
It's the second part where it's like you stand in this line
What?
and they do this whole, oh no, you've been infected with
Whoa.
Pandorian
What
parasites.
in my cat?
And then you're like, great, now I get to right. Nope. Now you got to do another show with the scientists and learn the whole
I
thing.
told you I
So it's just like such a long process to get you on
Expedition
the ride.
Everest. We got to keep
So-
rolling.
Okay. All right. We're going to Everest.
Sorry, Russ. We'll ride Flight of Passage together.
No, Russ is not going to hang out with us anymore. All right. Last park, Hollywood Studios.
This was the hardest.
This was the hardest one to pair up. We
to,
went back
to,
and forth.
to even find classics. Like,
Well, because
you-
I feel
you
like
had
it needs a
non-cla-
third tier.
you had non-classics in there when this began. I'm
Yeah.
like, honey, that's not a classic. She's like,
I
"Well, what
feel
else
like
is
it
there?"
needs classics, thrill rides, and Star Wars. Like, I
Yes.
feel like Galaxy's Edge is like its own park.
and you'll notice that Galaxy's Edge is not on here.
Well, so originally I had Rise of the Resistance versus Runaway Railroad, but we haven't ridden Runaway Railroad yet,
Yep.
and it's not technically a classic.
I'm going into the middle.
Because
Oh,
it
yeah?
hasn't
Okay.
been there for as long. And we feel like we don't have an honest opinion on it yet because we haven't ridden it, which for sure that's going to be like our top priority when we go this summer because he's going to love it.
Whoa,
You're going to
I-
come sit here and play Minecraft and eat snacks. So
You almost-
Star Tours for sure is a classic.
Sure.
And then the next
For
closest classic I think is probably Toy Story Mania. And I was really sad to not.
Well, and you came up with that. You remembered it because
Because
it's been there a long
it's
time.
been there.
They
Yeah,
just
it's-
changed the entrance of
Right.
it.
And it's not like it
What did
wasn't a
that-
part of Toy Story Land. It was already there. So I feel like classics has to be those two because Great Movie Ride's not there anymore. Indiana Jones is a show, so it's not a ride. So I think Toy Story Mania and Star Tours. Has he done Star Tours yet? Yes.
Have you done Star Tours, buddy?
I think he did it in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just like crammed so much into the day and a half that you guys were there in Disneyland.
Yeah.
That I don't even remember like half of what we did. So if I'm going Toy Story Mania versus Star Tours, I'm 100% Star Tours.
Ah.
I don't love Toy Story Mania. I think it breaks down a lot.
Wait a minute. Hang
So
on.
what?
We've got a bubble team. We've got a
So
bubble
what?
team complaining.
Oh, a Little
A bubble.
Mermaid. But that's a show.
That.
That's a show. It's not a ride.
Hey.
Little Mermaid is a show. So if it was like the Little Mermaid ride, then I feel like it could fit. But it's a show.
I want to pay.
So
Oh, I want to pay.
and yes, still miss Great Movie Ride. I feel like it was so bizarre that they took out the sorcerer's hat to make the Chinese Grauman Theater the center of the park again. And then the first thing they did was tear out the Great Movie Ride, which made sense to be in Grauman's Chinese Theater. And not that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad doesn't belong there, like in Hollywood Studios, because I do think it's a good fit in that park. And I think it's great that Mickey has a ride.
Yep.
But I just I feel like it was so weird to take the Great Movie Ride out. That was a whole era of like strange decisions. And Russ, tell us how you really feel. Runaway Railroad murdered a classic. Yes, yeah. I'm really excited to write that though. Ooh, I like Toy Story Mania over Star Tours. I get super competitive though. And Eileen says, I'm not crazy about Toy Story Mania, but I can't ride Star Tours anymore because of motion sickness. I remember the very first time I ever rode Star Tours, I came when I was in 5th grade with my parents. And my mom is like not a thrill ride person at all. So she did Star Tours. And the whole time in line, she's like, now if you get sick, you just look down at the ground and just close your eyes and just take deep breaths and you'll be fine.
That's the worst thing.
And like 5 minutes into the ride, I look over and my mom's like, oh, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And I'm like, woo, this is great. So I remember it was like my memory of that ride and like motion sickness, but it's never bothered me. But Toy Story Mania bothers me. Like Toy Story Mania gives me like motion sickness headache. Like I think it's the glasses and then the like constant spinning. And then like I get really competitive about it too. And I was like definitely played a lot of video games as a kid. So like repetitive things I can do pretty fast. But I wear out my wrist and then I like have like wrist pain the rest
of the day.
Yeah. So this is not my favorite. And I feel like it breaks down a lot too. Do you remember our honeymoon? That had just come out.
It had just opened.
They just opened up Midway Mania. And because it's Toy Story Midway Mania in Disneyland.
California Adventure.
Yeah, in California Adventure.
Yeah.
And we waited in line for 7 hours and we didn't get to ride. Because it was like kept breaking down.
Yeah.
And we finally bailed.
Yeah,
we, like,
that was a waste of time.
Our whole day in line for that ride. Whoa, there was a game on the Wii? I didn't even know that. That's pretty fun.
I have to bust out our Wii and find the game.
And Eileen, that really stinks that you're getting motion sickness now. I know that happens as you get older, and I've had a lot of friends go through that, and I'm very nervous that I'm going to go through that. You started to get it like a couple of years ago with like the triple inversion.
I get multi-axis motion sick.
So if you're like rotating like in more than one way,
axis. So that's why I have to be careful of not hopping on a ride that's going to go
like where you go in like a corkscrew
Yeah.
where the thing is twisting. Yeah.
So I can
Like even Primeval World bothered you.
Yes.
Yeah.
because that was a multi-axis motion. Whereas
So-
I can do flight simulators just fine. You know, they're
Yeah.
no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
I even did that one roller coaster thing. Didn't it send me upside down?
Yeah, where was that? I don't
It was Disney
remember.
Quest.
Oh,
Disney Quest.
Yeah.
Those days.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very nervous that I'm gonna suffer from motion sickness. But I think for me, it's more anxiety than anything. I
Yeah, that's your main.
build
that's your main
myself
hit.
up. Like the line is worse than the ride for me, which
So,
is
The
stupid.
classics, Star Tours.
I'm going Star Tours. Plus, I
I'm
love
Star Tours.
the
I love every part of that.
I
ride.
love the opening, the like little robot.
I like the little videos where
yeah.
you watch the
Yeah.
little droids fall down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the
You actually got to
chime.
see them in Mando.
The chime. The
Oh,
like,
doo-doo-doo, that's my text
yeah,
message.
that's your text message alert sound. And I love the end where she's like, "Thank you for choosing Star Tours. Bye-bye." Like that's like
Bye-bye.
my favorite part. And I love that it has like the animatronics in it. And that's where DJ Rex came from.
Mhm.
The original DJ Rex was on that ride. So I don't know. I love everything about Star Tours. Yeah. So Star Tours, hands down. I could go without Midway Mania. I do love the queue for that ride. The
Midway Mania queue is fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now that Slinky Dog's there, I'm like, I just
I'm
Slinky
good.
Dog 100 times and Aliens before I would do.
So, which
Mania.
speaking of Slinky Dog, so I mean, we were. This was a tough.
This
one,
was a
guys.
really hard
Thrill
one to do thrill
rides.
rides because it was like, do we put in Rise of the Resistance? Do we put in Slinky Dog?
And I
Do
said,
we,
Slinky
like-
Dog's not a thrill ride. I mean,
It is for me.
it's a roller coaster, but
I think it's a thrill ride.
it's a kiddie coaster. It's not a.
It's
thrill
not a
ride.
kiddie coaster though. It is like kiddie coaster maxed.
It
That's
is a
like you
max.
get like you get pretty good like air when you go up.
Oh, when you go over that up and you're in
Yeah.
the front, you get great air. I love that part.
Um
But,
and Russ makes a valid point about Star Tours that it isn't good for me anymore now that we have the Falcon and Rise.
yes.
And I agree. Like Star
some
Tours
ways.
in far pales in comparison to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance, but it is like such a classic, and I love the history behind it. Like them acquiring, like working with George Lucas, being able to build that. I love that they've like added scenes every time new movies come out. Like,
Well, let's talk about on Rise and Falcon. You're basically in Galaxy's Edge,
mhm,
whereas on Star Tours you go to Endor. You go
yeah,
to
right.
Naboo.
Right.
You don't get to go to Naboo when you're on the
On-
Falcon ride.
right.
So
I don't know. Star Tours is like still a
Yeah.
favorite classic for me.
Yeah.
What's Aileen says? Disney Quest had build your own roller coaster track experience. Yes, that's what
That's
Mark
what I
did.
Yeah.
And I had to throw up after doing it. They
Yeah,
put
and
you
that
in a
didn't
box.
bother me.
Yes.
That
It didn't bother
me.
Mark.
Not
I
at
was
all.
like, no way. I'm
You were
not
like,
doing
no
that.
way. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to respond to that, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be good. So,
Yeah. It didn't bother me whatsoever.
Aw.
The classic part of that one.
and
was-
Russ wants to know if you were vlogging then and filmed that. I know that was like Disney Quest was. Well, I went for the first time to Disney Quest when we went on our cruise trip. So 2015. It was right before it closed.
Yeah, that was the only time I've been.
You never have been as a
Not
kid.
that I can recall.
Okay. Well, it was like it was so run down and like just
The VCR tape you could buy of your experience.
Yes,
Remember that?
we should have done that.
We
We
should have
should have
bought
bought
that
the
VCR
VCR tape.
Whoa, Dad, put this.
We didn't even know if we had a thing. to
Maybe
play it on.
Eileen bought the VCR tape.
Yeah,
you
did
could
you-
convert it to a vlog.
Did you buy the VCR tape, Eileen? Oh my gosh.
Aw.
Okay, so let's
Okay,
see,
and Russ
throwaway.
did say in Star Tours now you always end up on Batu, and I think they have changed that. So I hope they take
Right
it back
now,
right now.
you
But I
do.
hope they take it back to like the original way where it was like totally random. But I have a feeling Star Tours is probably on its way out.
No.
I do. I think they're gonna get rid of it
What
now
do you
that they
put
have
that?
Batu. Like I think they're gonna
Nah.
smash it up and.
Yeah, Muppets will be gone.
I love the
before-
queue too. I love
Muppets
that. I
will be
love
gone
that you're
before-
in on Endor, right?
Yeah, you're on Endor.
Yeah. With the big AT-ATs
Yeah,
and like
it's not
the little
going anywhere.
Ewoks and yeah.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Last category,
Thrill
thrill rides.
rides.
Hollywood Studios. We debated what to put in it. Ultimately decided Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster because those are like kind
Well,
of the classic thrill rides.
And is Rise or Falcon thrilly enough to be called
True.
a thrill ride.
True.
They fell in that same camp.
That's true. I would only argue Slinky Dog could have gone in this camp.
Yeah.
But-
You weren't even.
but
you had
for
in
me,
the,
I
in the
don't
classic
like-
attractions. You had Rise or Falcon. I think you
I
had
had
Rise.
Rise.
You had Rise
So
in the classic
originally I
attraction. I'm like,
had.
that's not a classic.
Well,
It's
originally
brand
I
new.
had Rise versus Mickey and
Mania.
Minnie's.
Oh yeah,
Runaway
yeah,
Road.
that's right.
And I was just going to make
We
it
already
like
talked
not
about this, I'm
classics, but then
sorry.
I realized everything else was classics. Okay.
Yeah.
Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror. I'm going to have to go Rock and Roller Coaster because I cannot ride Tower of Terror. It scares the daylights out of me. Like, I do not like the feeling of the floor dropping on me. I am terrified of Wally going on that ride for the first time because I'm like so scared that he's just going to freak out or that he's going to love it and then insist that I ride it with him. So selfishly,
either way you lose.
like selfishly, I hope it traumatizes him the same way it traumatizes me, so I never have to ride it. I like Rock and Roller Coaster. Again, it's a ride that like takes me a lot to be able to ride it. Like I have
A
to
lot.
really build myself up and get in the right headspace to
A
be able to
lot.
do it. But it is super fun. And when I do it, it's like not as intense as I thought it was going to be every time. But that countdown to launch,
That gets you.
yeah, that's hard. And the fact that like you stand in the queue and watch it happen over
And
and over and over and over. I'm like, why am I doing this? The last time we rode, remember, I took a picture of, I took
Of
a
your heart rate.
screenshot of my
Yeah.
heart rate on my Apple Watch, and I'm like, I probably was on the verge of it, like calling 911 because I thought I was having a heart attack. That was
Yeah.
just standing in line. Like the adrenaline for me is so intense, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good ride. I like the music. I
love
theming.
Aerosmith. Absolutely,
Yeah.
bar none. You
Yeah.
you could throw Aerosmith on Toy Story Mania or anything like that, and I would love it to death.
Yes.
I love
Now-
Aerosmith.
Russ says Tower of Terror is
Mm.
my favorite. Could take a leave. Rock and Roller Coaster. It takes forever to get through the line. It does need a refurb. It
Yep.
does need a refurb. I do agree.
It's so jerky. It's like,
And now Russ is threatening and saying that I have to ride Tower of
Russ,
Terror
if you
with
want
him.
to see what writing you before you say that, you
Yeah.
need to know what you're signing
So
up
I
for.
did record myself because I have a policy with Disney that I will ride every ride at least once. And so I forced myself to do Guardians of the Galaxy.
Similar enough. You'll get the picture.
Yeah. When I went a couple of years ago on a travel agency trip, and I went out with some girlfriends, and I was like, okay, you got to film this for the vlog.
I'm gonna go
And
find it
so-
and plug it in there.
Yeah, they filmed it, and it was traumatic, to say the very, very least. It was traumatic.
I'll find it. You're gonna find it.
I was gonna say we can pull it
Oh,
up
let's
on
pull
here.
it up and watch this. We'll watch it in real time. Won't even make you people work for it.
I think I named it like something like this.
Should put Walter in there. Usually, if I can't find her stuff.
Oh,
I'll
really? If you
yeah.
type that in there, that works.
Yeah.
I wonder if this works. Hold on. If not, I can find it real quick. But I think Rock and Roller Coaster for me.
So for me, it's gonna be. I think it's going to be Tower of Terror. I love Rock and Roller Coaster.
You love Tower of Terror though. Like
I
you'll do
love
it.
Aerosmith. I will do Tower of Terror over and over. I mean, we've been there on some late night
I
things
can't
where
do
I
it.
can just. I mean, I think I did it 7 times in a row once. So I really got to experience the variability. And when they introduced the variability in Tower of Terror, that made me love it even more. Again, I love the engineering that goes behind a lot of stuff. That made me go love it even more. And I think one time I even stopped at the kind of like scary scene. You know, we stopped there for a
Oh
moment.
my gosh, I hate it.
Is this it? Did you
Yeah,
find it?
I found it. Let me find the part in the video. It's terrifying. I absolutely hate it.
You need to, yeah, we'll watch. Yeah, start.
Hope.
Okay.
Yeah, share.
Amanda says Rock and Roller Coaster is boring. I wish there was more to look at. It wasn't so dark. And Russ says he'll take Wally out of for you. I'm down
I'll
for
go,
that.
Russ.
Uncle Russ and Mark can go on
Yeah.
the
We'll have a great
ride,
time.
and Mommy will just
Russ, have you ever?
have a panic
Here's
attack.
so I just love engineering stuff. Have you ever floated your sunglasses on Rock and Roller Coaster? Like let them float up.
Oh my gosh.
Because they'll check your hands, but they don't check your shirt where you got your sunglasses.
So you're
hanging.
going Tower of Terror?
I think I'm going Tower.
I
of
do
Terror.
have to say, I love the theming of Tower of Terror. I do love the theming of Tower of Terror. Like, I wish I could ride it because I love the Twilight Zone theming and like, just I don't know.
Share audio. Share audio. If
Okay.
you don't share the audio, this is worthless to the people.
Okay.
Make it in theater mode too.
Jeez. What's going on? Okay. Here's a little treat. It's just pure terror.
And this is on a happy ride. That I believe. Joe Rody, didn't he work on the changes to this?
I can't do this ride. See, Russ, you don't want to ride with me unless you bring earplugs. It's not pretty. Guardians is horrible. They drop you like 75 times. Like, Tower of Terror is like 3 drops and you're done. This is like, I swear, at least 20 drops. I've definitely done that before, too, where I like, just like grabbing whatever I can.
Grab random men's fat rolls.
Yes. Yes. Like, I mean, I felt terrible because I was like, I'm really sorry. If I definitely grabbed another human
horrible.
being.
I did not enjoy that. Not even for like.
Not fun. So that is not my favorite ride. And like we did the Tower of Terror 10-miler race. And so I promised Mark if we did that race, I would ride and yeah, I like rode it at 3 a.m. and it was just us and like 2 other people.
It was an awesome ride.
And the 2 people that like were on it had ridden it like 50 times in a row.
So they were immune to everything.
And I was like wigging out. Like, I mean, just like arms everywhere, like freaking out. I hate that ride.
Yeah. I love that ride.
The feeling of the floor just like.
So the Guardians remake of it, the Tower of Terror forces you down. Guardians, the motion feeling they're looking for is when you bounce a baby and it makes the baby happy, you know? That's the motion feeling that they're trying to mimic. And she's going ballistic. I've not ridden Guardians. I'm excited to ride Guardians.
You have ridden Guardians. We've had this discussion like 20 times.
Really?
You have ridden it. You rode it because I walked through the queue with you.
Yeah.
And then you rode it and you're like, that is the best ride ever.
I've ridden it because I remember. Yeah.
And then didn't you ride
I've
it
probably ridden it again.
again? I know you've ridden it.
I just need to ride it.
But
more.
you like just think you haven't ridden it. But
probably to convince you that I need to ride it.
there's a great video, the like Good Morning America guy, when they put him on that road.
No, some random local reporter.
Yeah. They like the Anaheim News or something put
He
him
passed
on.
out or something.
Well, they thought he did. He's like completely losing his mind the whole time. I'll put the link for that video in the chat because it's pretty hysterical. Like, yeah. All right.
So yes, I'm picking Tower of Terror.
You're gonna pick Tower of Terror?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to put this in there so that you can. Yes. the local ABC News channel, and the guy just like totally loses his mind. So you can watch this on your own time. It's pretty funny though. Okay, so that's March Madness. So we'll enter in our votes. I've got Mark's votes in there. I will go through and submit my votes, and then
Tell your friends, put their votes in.
yeah, and send it to anybody. And then when we come together again next week, we will go to the next round of voting, and that'll go much, much quicker, but it'll be really interesting to see what we end up with in the next
Let
round.
us
So
survive the gauntlet.
I think we'll go next
Russ is
round, and then
voting
it'll
for
be like the
Flight
pair
passage.
off.
He logs
Yeah.
into 50 different accounts and logs like flight. Wow,
Well,
flight.
don't tell them they can
Oh.
vote more than once. Don't skew the voting, guys.
Don't skew the voting.
Don't skew the voting, guys.
This is not a rigged thing, just like the
Very
Wheel of Names is not rigged.
All right. Speaking of the Wheel of Names, it's time to see if we get a bingo tonight.
Not going to get a bingo. It's not a chance.
What? I thought we were.
No,
Never going to get a bingo.
this is rigged. We told you this.
Okay, let's see if we get. I don't think I did the
You
share.
didn't share the audio, so they're not going to
Okay,
get the disco
right.
music.
I'll share it again. I'm so bad at that. Okay, Chrome tab, share the audio. Wheel of Names. Here we go. What are we going to get this week? Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Obviously, you can tell
That's-
when we made this.
No, that's just like a favorite. He adores Santa Claus.
He does adore Santa Claus.
He calls him Ho Ho. He's still Ho Ho. He will not call him Santa.
Oh, you're right.
I'm trying to here. Let me kill this guy and get this pulled up. You can talk about comments.
I was gonna highlight Amanda's comment that reporter was scared.
Oh my gosh.
And that's on the Guardians ride, people. That is not Tower of Terror
He's
anymore.
like freaking out.
That is the Guardians ride. Again, that feeling is meant to replicate bouncing a baby to make you feel
It
happy.
does not replicate bouncing a baby.
It does.
It replicates like throwing
Terror.
your child into the air and having them think that maybe they're going to hit the ground and die. Not bouncing. It's terrifying.
Uh-oh. Russ says we already used Santa Claus.
We did?
Oh, we might have to respin then.
It's a conspiracy. We did. Oh no. We're gonna
What
have
did you
to
just move?
I moved Hot Wheels out.
Oh, okay.
And let's see, I think Russ is right.
We get to
Right.
spin again,
We
guys.
get to spin again.
Share the wheel. Share the audio.
Okay, here we go. Wally. Okay, we ready? Here we go. The real
Two in
spin.
one night.
Pluto. Okay, what does Pluto do? Let's see. Let's see.
It's been such an exciting night.
Where's Pluto at?
Is Pluto even on here?
Is he not on here?
We've gone off the
No,
rail.
he is. He's
Oh,
down
shoot.
here.
Okay.
It's like,
Like,
that would be
the rails. Have
that would
fallen
be
off this one.
classic if I like hadn't even put Pluto in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put
The
Pluto.
rails have fallen off this one.
Let me put Pluto in here. Oh my gosh, I can't drive sideways. Okay, Pluto is in the token bucket. Let's move him onto the card.
Does nothing for us. Russ already identified it. I had already identified that because of where he was at. Does nothing. The game continues.
It continues forever. It goes on and on, my friends.
But it gets us a lot more that are within 2.
Oh my goodness.
This has
This is like the longest bingo game ever. Well, you know what we should do? We should flake out on like the last stream and be like, never mind.
Never mind,
We're
we've shelved the
we're
bingo
not live
game."
streaming anymore. No one will ever get a bingo. It's just a conspiracy to get you
y'all
guys
can
to
go.
come
Y'all
back.
can go hit the dislike now. I get it. I feel you. Yeah, I feel your dislike. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I really did not think it was going to go on that long. I thought for sure we'd get a bingo. Like,
I was actually worried we were going to get like a lickety.
Mark's
split.
like, you should do blackout. I'm like, no, we're not going to do blackout. Like, it's fine. If we get a bingo after like 5 live streams, that'll be super fun.
super fun.
Nope. So, do we have anything that you only need one for?
No,
No.
no. And still we have none in Y. So
Yeah.
we've got a whole board of fun going on
It's
there.
true. But we could get 2 there. We could get 2. We could get
There's a
2
lot
in
of
W.
twos.
We could get 2 in
Right.
A. We could get 2 across with dinosaurs or with penguins.
Paul and Stacy just joined you. You guys just missed it. We
Missed
almost
double
went
bingo.
Off, we almost went off the rail. So you're gonna have to roll back. This thing just the cart.
never-
the cart lost a
Never
wheel.
gonna get a bingo. It's never gonna happen. It's literally never gonna happen. I will because
What are
I
you
got
doing?
all fancy and I made a bit.ly for Wally Bingo. So I'm gonna post the Wally Bingo in the chat.
Ooh,
So if you
nice.
don't already have your bingo card, make sure you go
There's still
download and
chance. I
play.
mean, we've been saying that all along that you can still play to win in this game because
It's true.
if we get all wise at this point,
Yeah.
you're gonna win.
I'm gonna laugh when that happens.
I'm gonna laugh if that happens. Actually,
We're gonna get like everything besides like 1 Y, and then that'll be like the last one left. And
they don't have multiple bingo. They'll be
It's
like
gonna
10,
be a blackout.
10 people will win.
It's gonna be a blackout.
All right,
Okay,
we gotta wrap.
We
this
gotta
up.
go
I'm
eat.
hungry.
we're
Rusty's hungry. He's
hangry.
got stop motion to do.
Yes. Okay. Well, join us tomorrow night for the very first
Right here, right?
Mama Mouse Club. Yep,
Is it
we're
here?
hosting this week. So tomorrow night at 7:00
Mama Mouse.
Eastern.
I'm not involved.
Yeah,
No
he's gonna
color
be
commentary here.
wrangling Wally during
Yep.
that time. So Mama Mouse Club, we've got some super fun stuff planned. We're gonna be introducing each of our channels and just answering some fun Disney inspired questions and announcing a pretty epic giveaway. So we hope you guys will hop on tomorrow night. And you don't have to be a mom to be there. It's just going to be a fun way to hang out and talk about Disney. And we are all moms of Disney, so that's kind of where
That's where the mom comes.
that's where it came from. But you do not have to be a mom to join us because it's going to be fun for everybody.
And dads may join.
Dads,
too, every
aunts,
once in a while.
uncles, just generally love Disney people. That's what we're there for.
Russ is
So.
heading to Universal again. And
Ooh.
and by the way, if you're a viewer and not in the area, you can just tune into his streams and hear the parks. It's kind of that's what I was doing. I was
you
working.
hopped on the other day.
I hopped
Yeah,
on. I was just
I
listening
know.
to the parks, and that was fun.
That's like a
And then he
fun
went
time.
near the seagulls, and I almost lost my mind. So go near the seagulls. I'm hitting the stop this time because I was panicked.
Maybe it'll be a little bit quieter tomorrow too.
I had the cold sweats
see.
after those seagulls.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up and go eat because Queso was calling my name, and I probably should work out, and I have
Body
to
by
edit the
Queso.
blog. Yeah, Body by Queso. For sure.
This
It's
is
a
the wonderful world of
Walt.
Walter.
And we love you just the way you are.
Bye. Keep waving. Keep waving. Keep waving.